Trailblazers, Leila here. In this video you are going to learn more about how to transform your mindset from depressed, sad and upset to feeling joy. I'm going to be asking you a key question that you've got to be asking yourself if you're not feeling as fulfilled or satisfied in your life. So stay tuned, keep watching this video and let me know what you think at the end, and be sure to subscribe as well. Hey Trailblazers, Leila here. I hope you guys are doing fantastic and that you've had a really good weekend and that the week has gone off to a great start. That's what we want. We want to feel inspired and motivated, to keep going, to keep moving forward. And when things are going really well in our lives, those are the times that we want to really kind of amp up and up the gratitude and that positive momentum, and just keep it going. If we're going through tough times, that's often a time to just rest and surrender and to really be authentic and to allow yourself to just feel how you feel and not push for anything more. It's a beautiful process of transformation. It really is so beautiful, and it's definitely something that I'm going through at this moment in time as well. Another kind of resurgence, a new kind of reinvention, if you will, of how I show up. I'm just letting a lot of the old within myself go, the old beliefs, the old ways of doing things, the old ways of showing up. They're all dissipating and disappearing, and so this new process of regeneration and rejuvenation is actually really inspiring, and it's something which I wanted to talk to you guys about, because a couple of weeks ago when I was speaking in London, I delivered a talk to recruitment leaders, and the talk was all about mental well-being and positive mindset versus authentic mindset and so on. And I asked a question, because I used to work in London, I used to work in the corporate world, I used to work in education as a secondary teacher as well. And London is, it's in my blood. I suppose once you're a Londoner, you're always a Londoner. And it was really interesting being back. And I asked a question to the audience, which I had asked myself, 10 years ago. And the question was, are you doing what you love? Are you enjoying what you're doing? And it was really interesting because, the audience's reaction was, there were some people shaking their heads, there were a couple of people nodding, and there were a lot of people just looking at me like, what I love? What does that mean? And the conversations afterwards is really where the spark was. So the answer to this question is going to be your kind of guiding light to understand where you're at with things at this moment in time. When we do things with love, there's always a passion behind it. There's always this energy of passion and this energy of kind of synchronicity, right place, right time. There's a sensation or a feeling of like, this feels really good. This is what I want to be doing, and this is what I'm doing, and this brings me joy, just being in this space. And when we do what we love, we always have this energy of joy that just comes naturally, right? It just flows. And joy is very different to happiness. Like happiness can be a fleeting feeling. It is very much temporary. And it's something which we can activate, so we can make ourselves feel happier, and we can make ourselves, aspire to be happier, but actually really deep down, like the deeper layers are all about this feeling of joy. And this feeling of joy is innate, like we don't have to make it up. It just comes through us. And this feeling of joy comes through us when we're doing what we love, when we're surrounded by things that we love, when we're surrounded by people that we love. And when we actually just allow ourselves to be the joy that we are. And to be the joy that we are means that we become the love that we are. And when we're doing things that we don't want to necessarily, when most of our day, for example, is spent doing things that we don't want to, being at a job, for example, we don't particularly enjoy, or being around people that kind of suck the life out of us, suck our own joy out of ourselves, mainly because they're hurting themselves and they can't reach that place of joy within themselves. Compassion and kindness for others is absolutely paramount in order to really activate your own joy, because everyone's going through this journey called life. We're all walking this path, we're all walking it together, but we're walking it individually, which is where it can feel a bit lonely. So coming back to the point, which is all about joy, and joy is your essence. So today's kind of mindset makeover challenge is for you to ask yourself, are you living in joy? Is joy important to you? Is it something you want more of? Is it something that you want to kind of live as? Do you want to be a joy to yourself? Because when you're a joy to yourself, when you recognize how beautiful you are inside and out, when you recognize everything that you've accomplished with love and with compassion, there's a beauty to that, and that celebration is joy. When you can celebrate who you are and what you enjoy about yourself, you're actually coming from a place of joy. When you can say, yeah, you know what, I feel really good about who I am. I love who I am. I enjoy myself, like in joy, okay? It comes from within. That joy comes from within, and then it's shared externally. And when you can say to yourself, yeah, I love my quirks, I love my flaws, I love my imperfections, I'm random, I'm silly, I'm this, I'm that, but it's all good, because there's this part of you that just knows that you being true to you is what brings you joy. And when you bring yourself joy, when you can acknowledge all your good things, and with respect and compassion accept those flaws and those imperfections, then you're on it. Then you've won. You've won this game of life, right? Because you're being yourself. And in this world where, the media, the mass media can really, plant ideas into our minds around fear, around insecurity, around negativity, not just the media, certain parts of the media, other people around ourselves in our worlds, it can be really, really difficult. It can be a real challenge to be true to yourself, to be the joy that you are. So if you are on this journey of of your self-mastery, of your personal growth, your personal development, and you're wanting to become the best version of yourself, keep going, okay? Because you learning to love yourself, you loving yourself exactly as you are right here and right now, is the holy grail, right? So no matter what anybody says to you, no matter whatever obstacles come in your way, I really want you to just hear this message, that you're allowed to be the joy that you are. There's a Leila's Wise vibe. So you're allowed to be the joy that you are. Give yourself that permission and show up as that person for you first and foremost, and share that person with the rest of the world. Share that with your world, whoever and whatever that looks like. But the key thing is that you are learning to love yourself, that you are loving the joy that you bring to you, and from that place, you share that with the rest of the world. So, thank you so much for staying till the end of this mindset makeover. I will be doing more of these, so stay tuned to kind of learn more about how you can shift your mindset and keep going through this game called life. If you have liked this video, please like below. Please also subscribe and hit the bell notification as well, so you get messages whenever I upload. And I really, really appreciate your time and your attention as well. And I would love for you to share what brings you joy, and what brings you joy about you or about the world around you. Post below, share and let me know, and we'll have a conversation. It's great to have you here. Thank you so much for your time, and I will catch up with you really, really, really soon. Oh, one more last thing as well. share with anybody in your world this video, okay? Because you never know who this could inspire or motivate or encourage, because behind the screens you really have no idea what is happening for people. So please do share, and I'll catch up with you really soon for the next mindset makeover. Ciao!